What's this stream?
Okay. Akats ხომ აქ ჩართული?
კი. აუ, რა ბუთი შემოვიდა Discord-ში. ენას ვერ ატრიალებს და ისეთი კაცოთი. ეგ დაგუთა.
ტურნირის სტრიმი იყო, ოღონდ Cyber TV DOTA 2-ზე. რა.
I summon the forces of nature.
აუ რა კაია ჩემი სკამი კომპიუტერი.
It falls to me to inform you that this en route is in the mystery.
არა, Cyber TV DOTA 2-ზე არისო.
არისო
Cyber TV-ზე იყო.
ხო.
ხო.
Yes. This in the bag.
აუ, მაშინ Cyber TV-ზე იყო. ნუ Cyber TV-ით ხო გავვარ.
კი.
ამოიცა ვარდი სად გვაქვს? ერთი ვარდი ამან წაიღო, ერთი ამან გაცა.
In sylvan shade.
რომელი საათი? 4:30-ზე სტრიმის ჩართვა, ოკეი, საღოლორს.
შენ ეხლა რა შეგრძნება გიქნება, იცი რომ სამსახურიდან მოხვედი და ეგ.
ბიჭო, ხო, დაახლოებით. ეგეთი დაღლილობის შეგრძნება მაქვს ეხლა რა.
It's as certain as my choice of air. This one is
აუ
in
არ
the
მინდა
bag.
რა რაღაც მაგის გამოყენება.
On my way.
ჩასმის.
My hidden paths.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for! Radiant's courier
The
has been
season
killed!
arrives.
Radiant's courier has
გამარჯობა,
been
ბექა,
killed!
გამარჯობა.
Too stupid to live, too
Leaving.
beautiful to die!
ოპ, ნახე. ვიცი, guys, მადლობა რომ იგულშემატკივრეთ და ბოდიში რომ თქვენი იმედები ვერ გავამართლე.
Yes.
მაგრამ Vorls-ი მაინც აქ არის თქვენ გვერდით და იმედია თქვენ
Nature
გულებში ყოველთვის.
calls.
აუ, ბაჯი ყავს, ყოველთვის გამარჯვებული იქნება. ან არა.
Through shady lanes.
Hey, რატაშია ეს? მომკლა.
Some on you!
Łowią koń. Staraj. Wysłuchali.
Green and gold. I see my woods again.
It ain't over till the last building falls! So fight!
Double kill. Need to mulch with you.
Fajnie, nam może nie każe duszyć, on czas przyjdzie do
Not
duszyć
yet.
na dywyś.
With a wild
O, paza.
Jasno, na widział.
Co nie widział?
I'm under attack. Leaving.
Wypłyszecie.
Хочешь, пожалуйста.
Naturally.
Ona, możesz nie...
You're doing very well.
Shouldn't
I'm very proud of you.
My hidden paths.
Nie, sobie...
Мария, блядь, ну хотя у меня нет ресурсов даже на классный. Отбей хуй.
On my way.
Есть такой винт?
Courier is dead.
Даже на колснет мана нет.
Абанзитепе გავაკეთე.
Не, вот только накапала мана.
Забьем.
With a wild spirit. With a wild will.
Не, мы его не убьем.
Не, попрохало. Развел нас кого-то.
En route. By my shaggy bark.
Желание умереть.
Все на Хускаром виде.
Read wrath. So I go. In green I go.
Уже надо.
Through shady lanes.
Сейчас отведу и хотите, пожалуйста. Я отошел.
Nature's ferocity.
Ладно, купи.
By my shaggy bark.
Это пиздец, я крипом не подхожу.
Давай. Жесть нормально.
Смотри, сейчас есть вариант убить
The seeds of
კი აცილა.
Хускара.
with a wild spirit.
ბიჭო, მივესალმებ კრიტიკას, просто დოტაში ვარ ეხლა და ვერ იმოშვები რა, ვერ ვფიქრობ რომ
Да, парни, физим. Нет.
У меня очень тяжело, я очень маленький был. Не могу стоять.
უკლეს მოერთა.
Killing spree.
Ну так вот убили Хускара.
Through shady lanes. Natural under attack. In green, I go.
Как ვერა.
On my way.
Что-то отменил.
Hey,
არა, თოი.
У Хускара рун инвизов бот идет, встаньте подвышку.
არა, ჰოთიაო, დისფორტია და თოიო.
so
Back, Great King. Go back. Huskar is coming with the shot. Invisibility.
Хаскар хир! Скин, блядь, ну я же сказал в микрофон это.
nature calls.
Ну касочку. Ну чуть-чуть.
Ауრავი.
Марта, я иду.
Не, ты че, рофлишь? Никак, мы его никак вообще.
გამარჯობა.
Пассивка в 3, мы не убиваем для нас.
То весел.
In sylvan shade.
რუნა წაიღეს ალბათ ხო?
Naturally well gotten.
Я до конца. Последнего. Вот, и пожалуйста. Все, этот начал.
არ წაიღე.
Yes.
Your middle tower's under attack. Your middle tower is under attack.
Ну, мид не разъебут.
თედე მოგიკითხა trouble boom.
ედე მოიკითხე.
Your mid tower could
Hede,
talk.
mogi
It'd be
kitha.
pretty mad at you.
Some kind of rule
Hede.
there.
ედეს კომენტარებიც იყო.
Не умлет, не умлет. Где ему фидит сейчас?
Your top tower is under attack.
With a wild spirit.
რა იყო ამ რაღაცა?
The top tower needs some help. Rally the troops and get over there.
So I go.
Your top tower is under attack.
Yes.
Огр на тока, 3 в тока.
Your top
Она
tower
одна,
has fallen.
кажется.
This is a good opportunity to learn.
En route. Through shady lanes.
Are you even watching your top tower?
In sylvan shade. By hidden paths.
Я хочу блин, концепт. Парни, парни,
ой-ой-ой-ой.
на контра.
Guy is putting up a barricade.
Огра, лови скотину эту. Да, огра.
So I go. Whosoever stands against me.
Ой. А я попал, парни. Так, победа.
Это вообще охуенно, ребят.
What?
Туда.
Regeneration bottom boys.
Radiant fortified their structures. Pretty good move if you ask me. You better poof on over to your bottom tower.
Generation.
You gonna do something about it or just sit there looking funny?
In sylvan
Όλα
shade.
χαρακτρός αρουατσόπ.
На, съешь дерево, лесник.
By hidden paths. En route.
ბიჭო, გადავიღალეთ просто რაღაც რაია. ნუ განვიცდი რო გითხრა რომ დიდად ხებზე მკიდია თქო ვერ ვიცი, მაგრამ
Подмаледик можем его убить втроем.
Your middle tower has fallen.
რო ისიო სტრადაგია თავი ახლა.
okay, that help. Okay. Okay. Your boy.
With a wild spirit.
Он же по-русски, по-моему, говорит, нет?
Through shady lanes.
Да, говорю, точно. Не обманешь.
Naturally. Try my shaggy bond. So soon.
Can we push?
So I go. Nature's wrath upon you.
Надо завардить Эршаном.
Doubling damage. I go.
Марталия.
У меня ДДХ, я бы хотел все победиться.
In sylvan shade.
Он тут, парни.
Я бегу.
Run, go.
Я в спине вот здесь.
You were doing very well.
он снизу. Ты что, пьяный, что ли?
On my way.
Ой, папи.
После байбека надо.
Nature calls.
ვატკბით როდი გამეჩისა.
Okay.
I'm under attack.
მიქნი ეხლა ხელები და იყავ.
Bones will make a fine powder.
ჩვენ უეკავ. რა გაგეფიშათ შაბალგურაბლგ?
ვარკრაფტის სერვერი და ყველა და
Не-не-не-не-не-не-не.
კლასიკები.
Your bottom tower's kind of bad.
პაიო თამაშობს ეს ამერიკაში.
Я заберу. Тебя возьму уровень.
Bottom tower's under attack. You and a couple of friends can probably stop that.
Куда?
Enemy's middle tower is no more.
The wild is on. Fresh meat.
რაც სიკვდილი უნდა, აი მანდრა უნდა მოერთა.
Трое в топе, снесите бот, пожалуйста, они вот ТП дали в топ. Я кайпу.
Давайте, стакнитесь. Я не хочу здесь с Карен не задохнусь.
Ну, кстати, вообще убить можете, а не без телепорта.
By my shaggy bar.
А точно нет. Брат, скорее.
Раскинка играет.
Ваня, вы что-то...
Нам მოხდა დავიწყო ეს.
Doing.
Radiant called in the fortification.
არა 80 ლეველიან.
Надо сипать. Чё? Ульти ебанита, я его выберу.
Так я хочу опять. Ну, я буду.
I sprout anew. Yes.
Ой, на топе кто-то умирает опять.
Да, у тебя же мана нет, так еще.
Unlucky.
გამარჯობა სერა, გამარჯობა.
Давай, пуджа.
Чё мне даст сапер?
Он 3 раза подряд был. 2.
Ваня, ну вот видите, это не пить.
Ага.
Зараздика.
Помогите.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Он умрет?
Как
Так. Он умер?
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
У меня пошел есть.
Я без БКБ вообще нет.
Да.
Правильно, правильно.
Get up, get out
By my
there.
shaggy bar.
Хорошим лет.
Yes.
Ты уверен, ВК, что тут ты?
A bit of green.
Куда пропадает?
What? I'm not ready. So I go.
Только дай.
Green.
Спустра. А мы не заберем?
Doing that glowy thing. There, nothing doing till that's
En route.
Your bottom tower has
Блин,
been
я тут нет.
denied.
Стройку можно попробовать. Ладно. Вот дура. Хрен ей.
ბიჭო, რავი, გიჩვენე მე რაღაც სერიოზული ამბავი, მაგრამ ნახოთ რა იქნება რა.
Respect.
With a wild spirit, the seeds of fortune.
Что нам больше там? Ой, помощь.
Nature's ferocity.
4 секунды кидать. Брат. Нечего.
Ой, я бегу, надо подержать. Мне надо кабачок. Это...
Упс, это мискрик был.
Last team.
Hey, look at you! Knocking down that bottom tower!
I've seen the world without you.
Меня кинуло, да?
Through shady lanes. In sylvan
Дальше, да, он
shade.
с утра вообще ничего не учится.
Давайте выше.
I can
Парни, вы можете ее словить на варде?
I can be.
Nature's profit? Okay, let's do it.
Not bad.
Ребят,
აი ეს. ეხლა შევიდე და მაგან მაგრა გააქვს.
Бардо делает. Если я получу 17 этим лут,
а мы можем как-нибудь тормент рассказать?
А вот это вот трахнуть не можешь в миде?
Ну так, босс. Его жалко как всегда.
Ah, the sun's pale sister shines upon my lineage.
ჯოჯო ხეცი მომიწყობენ რატომაც ეგრე მგონია რო გადავიდე.
Хотите прийти сюда и мы торментор. Пока я
Да-да-да, я
Твоя или че?
руну оставь.
жесть ужасная. Запомни меня. Аминь.
არა, რა თქმა უნდა.
Тут
არა,
можно прям
წუთი
что
სოფტი
два.
კმაყოფილები უნდა ვიყოთ. საკუთარი თავით არ უნდა ვიყოთ.
For the trees.
Я на скутер хочу выйти.
თემურზე დგენილია ეს. ოკეთოლორ დავაზგან აქვს ნასესხები.
როგორი კითხვა იცი ეგ?
It's not time.
ეს ისაა და გავა და თავს მოიკლავს, ხო?
არა, ანუ ანჯი არა რატომ უნდა მომაგაზე პასუხი ახლა. როგორი ისეთი კითხვა რო აი ჩავუნა ჯამე რა და 21
აი ხასიათზე ხა?
My way.
Все телепорты вжали сейчас по мапе.
Мы их убьем, в смысле?
აი ცხოვრებაზე სხვა ოფიზე დაგვა.
Супер.
Этого я уже не
In sylvan shade. En route.
Dire structures are fortified.
Я почекаю Рошана сейчас с треком, если есть, можно забрать сейчас.
Through
Enemy's bottom tower's gone. Nice, right?
Есть Рошан, горош.
ბიჭო, ხომ არა, სხვას რო შეია და სხვას რო წყურია.
სხვა არ იყოს კმაყოფილი.
Nature calls.
უკაი. What's his ადგილას? Who's car bottom, boys? I think we can fight top.
By my shaggy bar.
Can push.
Be careful.
The seeds are falling. Naturally.
Это нагло.
Don't push too much.
The enemy's top tower is falling.
Блядь.
With a wild spirit.
Тяжко. Ари, не пуш сильно. О, полетело.
Ты можешь на меня лохать, дайте пуш.
Да.
Стоит.
Ну это мой.
Подакуй,
Я
я.
специально остановил, чтобы он за вышку не пошел.
Look, the enemy's attacking the middle tower. Don't let him do that!
Клифа, куда?
Астеудус.
Блядь, го зайдем. Вот герой.
Middle tower's under attack.
Теперь кликом.
The enemy's top tower has fallen. Radiant structures are fortified.
Все, парни, на базу уходим.
The enemy's top barracks has fallen. That's the wave goodbye to the enemy's top barracks. You know, bit of murder. Super tree. Get your bottom tower's under attack.
Naturally.
Мне кажется, мы можем. Что, 2,5?
With a wild spirit.
За мной просто должен стоять инвокер или сервер.
Я заберу.
Это пуши.
Enemy's middle tower just turned into a pile of rocks.
By my shaggy bar.
Если ты go in, ты ставишь вардек.
Раз.
Герой был вроде.
Bottom tower has fallen. I guess they built on a fall line. The enemy's bottom barracks is fallen. You now have enemies. Figures. I'm sure just the type of loot.
Ай, блядь.
вообще ни один стал.
Похуй, ладно, я сейчас...
რატო არ გეგმონათეზე ვერ გავიგე, ანუ არ მომიგია იზიზე თუ რამე სიახლეს ხედავს ტენსები. ანუ სიახლე ხა ეგო ნახე, შეხედე. ლასტიტები როგორ უნდა მოიმატო. თამაშის მერე ატებში რო ჩაგეხსავ. კაროჩე რანკი უნდა აუწიეთ 20. რაბერ როგორ? ანუ შენ როგორო?
როგორ.
ანუ როგორ და უჩემ პროსტატ მოდი ესე გეტყვი.
Your top tower is under attack.
უჩემ პროსტატ.
So I go. Highest courier adventure. It's tough out there. Courier's just trying to make a living.
Maybe out of the ანუ მე მგონი იძიტი ნახვი რა ეს დოქტორ ბლядь сука тварина გამომიგიჩი ეს რომ კონდეს ბაიბექს გავაკეთე მაგრამ არ მაქვს
7 секунд меня прилечу.
Great Kings.
А я ее убью?
У него 6 лотосов. Очень много.
Лотмейл не отражает. У тебя сыр еще точно.
5 seconds and I can buy back doctor.
Invoker will be here already in 5 seconds.
I'm all for a little downtime. You feeling fresh?
Ламазад.
Spring already.
Зык.
რა უნდა მოსულმირია ეს.
Help, please. Help.
Where was our
რა უნდა მოსულმირია, ამ ხედა დაიხილა იმან.
Wait.
Win.
Некро.
აიჰილა არა.
Исаки.
И просто втроем стоять на базе,
Именно
как только я
байбеки
подхожу, они все
удар,
нажимают
да.
бэшки.
ей გამწარებული იყო და იმით. ჰაშირა სუმოს ნაკი. Invisibility.
Парни, мы можем пойти в Ryzen.
Тэ როგორ გამოჩნდა.
გავიდა დრო.
Пока и спушить.
მაგდენი ხანი იყავი? თორემ მეგონა რომ იგრევე დააჭი. კი არა,
Гему.
არ დაჭერე.
არ დაჭერა.
Да, что ты сыр не нажал?
А я не знал, что там некрофос есть. Я его не видел. Видел, я нажал.
Ты его тебе говорил, нажми.
Хочешь, я тебе его отдам? Не, сир. Понял.
Полезная
Полезная информация.
Лаката матататак.
Смотрите.
Dire structures are fortified.
Неплохо.
И лучше как. Rice King. Блин, сами заблочились. Давай мне сын.
Кто это?
Жаген.
Help!
Здесь инвокер не засчитает.
Nice, easy game. Ranked კი ვიგებ მარა ტურნირებს ვერ ვიგებ. თოი შენ ხმა მიბრუნდება. Solo.
ნახე, აბა რამდენი გაქვს? რანკები კი არა და რანკი კი არა და
MMR-ი აქვს. MMR-ი? თოი აქ ხარ?
კი,
ანუ რა მითხარი ვერ გავიგე.
MMR რამდენი გაქვს?
2200.
1200. კაი, დღეს ადიხარ 1500.
დღეს ავიღარ 6700-ზე. არა, ძალიან კი. ნახე, ყველაზე მეტ დემეჯი მე მაგაკეთებულ. ძალიან მარტივია, მართლა ძალიან მარტივია. ნოკ.
რა არის მარტივია?
DOTA ჩემთვის. იმენა რავი, ესე რამდენი ტიპის თამაში არ მითამაშია რა. და ეს რავი, ძალიან ესეთია, easy. ნახე, ყველაზე მეტი კილი მე მაქვს. ყველაზე მეტ დემეჯი მე მაქვს. მეოთხე პოზიცია ვარ, არ დაგავიცლებ ვიღაცის კი არ ვარ safe lane.
ეკოს ამა ჯამა. აი
ბიჭო, რა ვერ დავამუღამე, იცი, ნიკი როგორ შევიცვალო DOTA-ში. სახეს ვეღარ ვიცვლი, ძმა, რას დავაჭირი?
იმზე შეიცვალე, აბა.
და აქედან ხო იყო დედა აფეთქებული. სახელი.
პირადობა უნდა ატვირთო და
პირადობა უნდა ატვირთო, ვერ ესე ხელში რო გიჭირავს სახესთან ახლოს ვერიფიკაცია.
დოიქცემიდან ნახე, აბა. ლაკ გადამატდა. მეგონი აღარ არსებობს. მე საუნდაუნოდ შეწყეულის. სტიმიდან არის სტიმის უფრო მეგობრების ჩატიდან ეგრევე არის edit profile name.
აქედან უნდა
რა სიწერე? დაიწერე რამე ისეთი რა. სერიოზულა. PA, მაგრამ ულტი არ გამომაქვს. ბიჭო, Herald account-ით ვითამაშებ, მაგრამ ცოტა ისე არა. აჰა, წერო, ჩვენი შესანიშნავი მიდლეინი. წერო, მაგრა გაქვს ეს ხო იცი? პანგოჩი.
მაგრა გაქეც და მე ვეუბნებოდი რომ ვიცნობ დღეს ვნახებით.
Whose band is it? Oh, yours.
ეს ერთად ვიჯექით და რაღაცებს ვეუბნებ. რომელი პოზიცია? ტროიკა ნახوي, блядь. Go. ოპა, ნახე ამ ტიპს, აი ამ ტიპს ეგრევე ეთყობა რომ მოგებაუნდა. ამ გმირის ესე გააქანე და აიღე, არ იღებენ ხოლმე. და ეგეთი ტიპი რო ყავს თიმში უკვე კაია.
Remember, the goal is to have fun.
შემდეგი ტურნირი ჩვენია. შემდეგი ტურნირი ჩვენია. ოღონდ ჩვენ ჩავატაროთ რა და რაღაცეები ვიხიმანდროთ.
It's some cutscene, no?
5 seconds left.
რა ვიყო trouble.
რა პოზიციაზე ხარ?
Okay, your pick
მე?
now. You know what to do.
მე ვარ ტროიკა,
ტროიკა.
ტროიკა, ბრატ.
რები ხარ? იცი რა, იღე დაუნბრეიკერი და აქსი რო ხალხს დაახება შენ იმას დაახება. ვისლარია.
ეს გმირი ჭირდება ამ ხელს. მერცმუნე. კაროჩე სხვანაირ ბილდზე მივდივარ, აქ მეორე უნდა გავმახსო რა. გრანატა მომეცით, пожалуйста, ოიძახის ის.
არ გიგავა.
აუ, რა ცუდი აქ სიყავს, მოვიგეთ, ეს რა არის? ეს პატენტი ისა, ჯალა. იმენა
სადღაც მუშაობდა, მაღაროში რაღაცა.
იაფი მუშა ხელია. ეს ძმა რაც ეტყვია ხა? ჩვენ იქნება of shadows. ესე რო წავიდე რა, სიცხვილი ესე არ უნდა გავუშვებთ.
This is protector.
ჩვენ ყავს ეს მოეტა ვიჯდუქტორი. Ладно.
Just a bit tips.
Აცნაირი კარგი გმირები გყავს თქვენ. მათისერა.
Yes. After long consideration, I believe it is safe to say
Sky, can you hear my voice?
it's in the bag.
30 seconds to battle. Oh, I see lots of good digging
I'll pull the
spots out
hole.
there. What are we waiting for?
Привет, Loco.
No.
Let me start the first with my second spell.
Pay attention
Like this.
now. The battle started.
There's trouble brewing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you. Yes.
Ora, წვერი
I'm
გავაფრინე.
beating my cups.
Live-ზე ის ხო არ იქნებოდა წვერიანი.
Good enough. Drink it in.
რამდენი აქ HP? კაი, ადინა ისე. ჯერ. ახლა კი.
Wonder what idiot got a nice slap. Here comes Dyer's plucky little courier. Oops, it's dead now. A trifle. Risk a fall from starry eyes.
არ ვიცი. ჩემ გუნდში იყო, აზრი არ ვარ.
Now it's on! I'm a beat my cups. Let's celebrate with that one. Over there. For Yoi and Oyo.
შეგრძნება მაგ ყველა გავუშვებთ.
პირველი ეს რომ იმუდარე.
Parallel. In a straight line. More.
Adiós, payaso.
რა კლავს ამ ახალგაზრდებს იმ ვინა?
შრომა დაგჭირდა რომ მოგვეკლავო. აჯასოსა.
Onward. Good as enough. I randle off. One for luck.
არგაკრიტა. არგაკრიტა. არაო.
If your mid tower could talk, it'd be pretty mad at you.
Okay, cool. I'll go. ეს თემები მქონდა დარწმუნებული თამაზე გადასასვლელად, რომ მეცხრობა ისწავლე.
They're trying to knock down your middle tower.
Put up a fight! Onward!
Your middle tower is under attack.
ლეველზე რო გადადიხარ ესეთ ექსპერიმენტს რამდენი ხანი დაჭირდება შემდეგ ყოველზე გადასასვლელად.
Rally the troops and get over there.
I'm beating my cups at the moment.
Your middle tower is under attack. Dig in and defend that sucker.
Just a bit. Out my way! In a straight line. Yo!
Are you even watching your top tower? Your top tower is under attack. This is one of the things in the bad column.
What?
Your top tower is under attack.
Just a bit tipsy.
Your top tower needs some help.
What's this? No, you infamous!
Your top tower is under attack.
For your
ლეველზე არ ვიცოდი უბრალოდ.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen.
Absolutely.
Your top tower needs some help.
Beaten by
What I miss?
They're trying to knock down your middle tower.
You blew it!
აკო ვერ ვხვდები სილები გამაგებინე შუბჭი. აუ, ეს
more. Onward. Pick it up! Yes. Fear in your eyes.
კაი რეაქცია ქონდა მამამ.
There's one down. This calls for a
No. Tragedja shit. Bicho, ჩამომეძინა და შევწექი რა.
დაიძინა მე რა.
ჩამომეძინა და კაცი მიდიოდა სადღაც.
თან 20 თამაშობდი?
საერთოდ მომდარიყო.
დაიძინა.
ვიცინებდი. ჩაფრინდება მაგრამ. Thank Чеги канара кому гасици? Растенги канара коици да. Хуйта. Ай, ау, бисёсы.
Მიდი. ხვალამდე ბრონგი.
Radiant fortified their structures. Pretty good move if you ask me.
მიჯავრება ეს კაცი რა ძალიან დედაფებული გმირი.
I'm a bit in my
ძალიან ბევრ რაღაცას გმატებს რა. როცა გიყენია მწვანეზე armor-ს გიმატებს და ეგერ magic resistance, ცისფერზე MSCR და evasion-ი ხელსღაცილებენ attack speed-ი და crit chance-ი და status resist-ი და slow რა, ლამაზე. purple-ზე რა. შესაბამისად უნდა ცვალო. მაგრამ მე ძირითადად რავი იმორს ვიყენებ ხოლმე, რაც MS გმატებს და მის შანს და attack speed-ი კრიტი. არ ვიცი კარგად ამ გვირით თამაში და მაგით ვაკეთებ. ეს ისიც ხანაირად ამოიცამო.
Now I'm feeling it. I'm a bit in my cups at the moment. Onward. Just a bit tipsy. Right. Have another.
ხო, და კიდევ ერთი რამ. როცა მეორეს ასხავ როცა მეორეები ასხავ გიორმაგდება ეგეთი. ანუ უფრო გემატება attack speed-ი, უფრო მეტი შანსი გაქვს კრიტის, უფრო სწრაფად გარდიხარ და ასე შემდეგ. გიორმაგებს რა, მოკლედ ამ პროცენტულობას. მეორე ხოდა ასხავ რა, ეხლა უფრო სწრაფად უწყავს და კრიტის შანსიც მეტია. აი ხა სულ შემთხვევით გადავცვალე purple-ზე, აი ამაზე. და access call-ი რა სწრაფად მომეხსნა და ამოყვამე, არ გეგონოთ რომ ეს დაგეგმილი. მაგ მომენტში მოუწია ეგრე და მაგის გამო გადავჭი. თორე მოვკვდებოდი. მოწინააღმდეგეს არა, შენ თავზე უნდა დაასხა. აი ხა ეხლა ცივია, მაგრამ ამ შემთხვევაში ჩემი გადავცვალე. просто მაინც და
Nice, right?
სად გავჩდი ბიჭო მიღადავები?
As good as another. Yes.
Making mistakes is the path to wisdom.
Your middle tower's under attack.
გასაგებია.
It's happy hour.
Get up! Get out there! It's mine!
იმაზე გადადისო, რომელზეც გააქტიურებო და რატო არ გადავიდა იმაზე, რა უცნაური.
The spirits move me. Oh, so bubbly! Have another. What's this? Yes. Most assured. I'm a bit in my cups at the moment. As good as another. Father, Bible split!
Immortality is mine! And I never messed up that bad!
მგონი მოვკვდე. მაინც არ გადმოვიდა. What the fuck?
In a straight line.
აგანი მიხომ ვიდეოს რა უცნაურია.
Adios, payasos. As good as another. In a straight line. Onward. Most of another. Parallel.
It was honorably done.
What's this? What? Over there. Anytime
სასაცილოა ეს ყველაფერი. არ ვიცი როგორ მუშაობს გამაგების.
The master arrived.
Prepare for battle.
და მოუნიშნე ეს. მაინც ამაზე გაჩნდა.
Rival split. Guys go get more.
აი, გადავცვალეთ წითელს. მაინც იმაზე ჩდება, ვერ გავიგე. მართლა ვერ დავამუღამი, ანუ აგანიმის მუღამი პროსტო ეგ არის, ხო? გასაგებია, აგანიმის მუღამი ყოფილა, ანუ აღარ აქვს რა მოკლედ ის თემა, რომელზეც გინდოდა რომ გადადიოდი. ყველა ვარიანტში იმაზე გადაწყდა. პროსტო შარდი ეგ არის, რომ როცა გინდა მაგას აჩერე. ძალიან სუპერია. თუ ეხლა მომივიდა შარდი თუ რა ჯანდაბა ხდება თო
middle tower's under attack. What, not your job or something? If your mid-tower could talk, it'd be pretty mad at you. You got one less middle tower now, by the way. Your middle tower is under attack! Oh, damn, put something important going on. Radiant fortified these structures. Pretty good move, if you ask me. They're trying to knock down your middle tower. You gotta do something about it or just sit there looking funny?
Making mistakes is the path to wisdom. Making mistakes is the path to wisdom.
Don't let him do that!
Adios, payasos. The spirits move. Onward. What's going on? See.
You had your warning.
What? Over there. Fear in the mind. Full of a fight. I'm beating my cups at the moment. No, you infant! As good as another. Just a bit tipsy. Most assured. In a straight line. I start. For Yoi and Oyo. Oh, now here's fear in your eyes. Ah, my food. Back in the act, yes. Killing spree.
არადა ფუშის ამბავში ის ფუშავს.
I'm
Hello,
beating
hello,
my
mate.
cups at the moment.
Welcome to our stream.
Making mistakes is the path to wisdom.
I suppose
Holoko.
the spirits move.
The top tower needs some help. Rally the troops and get
Onward.
over there!
I barrel
Top
along.
tower has fallen!
Over there.
Your top tower is under attack!
კი ვიცი.
top barracks are under attack.
ბიჭო, რამდენ ხანშია? რამდენ ხანშია, ნოქტ? Please. Oh, nice.
Most assured. As good as another. Fear in your eye.
IG?
Your middle tower is under attack.
What is the IG? Good job.
Barreling in.
მოვჩები და გო.
Him and that ages. Glad I never messed up that
მოვჩები და გო.
For Yoi anytime. Over there. I randle off. For Yoi and Oyo. In Patanda, a barrel of grass. As good as another. Onward.
არის, არ მიყურებია თამაშობს.
Absolute. You. Raise them high.
The enemy's bottom barracks has fallen. That's the
Making mistakes.
გამარჯობა ქალაქ რუსთავიდან ანზორ. არ უნდა გვიჩვენოს.
They're trying to knock down your middle tower. Dire structures are fortified. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Barrel alone.
You better puff on over to your bottom tower. Just
a bit. In a straight line. Have another.
Radiant structures are fortified. Enemy's middle tower just turned into a pile of rocks. Middle barracks has fallen. Middle barracks has fallen. Enemy's middle tower is no more.
Onward.
აუ ზამბანძი ტალანტი ავიღე მარჯვენა უნდა ამბობ.
A barrel alone. I trundle off. What's this? For Yoi and Oyo. As good as another. The spirits move. Yes. Yes. Ah, my pussy! Your one. Oh, I love you, I suppose. Just a bit. Onward. What? Over there.
გაერთიანების, რას ქვია გაერთიანების ღილა კი არ ჩანს. აგანი მშარდით გამოდის ის, რომ
The spirits move.
უკარო გადმოიქცეთ.
For Yoi and Oyo. Bold and bold. Whoa, what I missed? In a straight line. Soldiers dead. Yes. Just a bit tips. Go for my tap. Now you are trouble. I'm a bit in my
სამი ბაიბექი გააკეთეს.
Randall off. Bottom, here is the land. A barrel alone. Bottom gun, a barrel of laughs. Just the beat. Onward. Have another. I'm beating my
Immortality is mine!
Absolutely. Fear in your eyes.
Your bottom tower is under attack. You and a couple of friends can proudly stop that.
Well, you're...
Ooh, your bottom tower is kind of bad. You mean your bottom tower's gone?
Run off. In a straight line. Trouble, see? My
Best thing about the enemy's top tower is it's gone. Look.
Cheers! Yes. Most assured. Good Yes.
Middle tower's under attack. Your middle tower is over here. We have your middle tower. Not being there. Your middle barracks is fallen. Your mid tower at the top. Your top barracks are under attack.
Barrel alone. Most assured. Fear in your bread-like. Trouble seems fake. Just a bit tipsy. Ah, scepter. Onward. Here I am. I'm a bit in my cups at the moment. Most assuredly. I have another. Tiger!
აქ არ უნდა ჩავხოცილიყო. აქ რა გვინდა და ბაიბეკოთ. ვოკალი. ო.
Over here now.
რატო შეხვეც? მერთო რატო? არა, სპექტრი ეხლა არ უნდა შესულიყო არავითარ შემთხვევაში.
They're trying to knock down your middle tower. Your top barracks ain't nothing no more. The middle tower's under attack. Dire structures are fortified. Trying to knock down your middle tower. Your middle tower has fallen. Your middle tower has fallen. Your engine is under attack. That is absolutely how you lose. Your engine is under attack.
Very much surprised. Not surprised, but I'm very what's the word? Anyway, basically, innocence is a
Only 9 pandas who've been playing it too much here, but you can understand the idea what they want from it. I think T was talking a lot on the panel about just trying to stall, get that farm up. It's a very, very farm-heavy team that Team Spirit's looking for this time around. And it's a lineup that can stall forever. You get a stomp on one person when they're trying to push at some point. You get the skewers back in the base, the tidal waves, etc. So.
I'm talking about stalling, you know, this TI, we've seen some incredibly long games come out. If this was one to go to the later stages, who's going to have the better job of stalling and carrying out this game through the later portions?
Spirit has a pretty scary one, but it's going to be the test too, because the Tinker, if he's at a point where he's just absolutely out of control, he can just take over.
He can 1v5.
And it's nothing to say, so definitely potential for him having that if he gets off to a good start. And so far, it is pretty good. Having a very good matchup here versus Laurel, but Laurel is handling it. 16-3, 17-4, pretty much dead even.
Yeah, they're both basically free farming in the mid lane, pushing it back and forth. So no one getting shut out completely at that one. Top lane, bit of aggression here is new, trying for the setup. They've got the Ink Swell up with the stomp. Ooh, coming nicely from Maposhka. Holding you back, and not able to get the Ink Swell pop onto your Toro. Still bringing this terribly incredibly low. New's going to be able to close it with a... It didn't matter that they didn't connect with the Ink Swell. They still managed to take your Toro down.
Great plays from New. Lacking a little bit on the last hits, but getting these kills, it's going to set him up for a pretty damn early Vanguard. He's actually playing the boots, so looking for more aggression in this lane. I mean, I like it. It's a lot of magic damage up here versus this squishy Terrorblade.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty frightening for Spirit, right? They're losing heroes, despite the fact that LGD didn't need to hit all the spells.
Exactly.
It's a scary part of the map already in the first few minutes. This top lane for Team Spirit, they've got to be more careful and perhaps need to have that extra backup come in if LGD try for that sort of play again.
Quick moves for the runes. Mira looking to set up perhaps something nothing to say. A rotation that's probably unexpected here.
See if they've got the damage. Set up into the Torrent. There's nothing to say. He's got the laser at the ready. Lars still has the X mark, but backup's in from one smart. Gets the drag back with the X mark.
One more poison.
It's a lot of damage that's going to be coming in on this Tinker. It's not enough to pop him though. Nothing to say. Manages to escape. The attempt unsuccessful by Spirit.
I think the blood grenade was off the mark there.
I think it didn't connect.
I don't think it connected. I think if it hits, it's very likely to get the kill.
It would have been very close.
Yeah, it would have been close. Good attempt there from Mira. An unexpected gank. I don't think they saw that one coming, but that's the beauty of the Shadow Demon. I think that's maybe also part of the reason, besides of course Kunkka being so popular, but this hero stacks. This hero is good to gank with most of his cores. I mean, yeah, with the Magnus and with that Kunkka, it's definitely set up.
A close start. Despite the kills that LGD have been able to pick up, as you can see on the last hits, it's not shaking up Team Spirit. Team Spirit 3 cores slightly ahead at this stage right now. That's collapsed. He's more than happy to be left on his own down here. Mira can continue to roam the map right now. This Magnus in a position where he'll be under no sort of threat really from this laning stage unless they bring in additional members, which is unlikely. I think the focus from LGD very much going to be towards this top lane, getting the pressure onto the Terrorblade and just making sure they have that backup when required.
Look at this again. It's big damage.
Set up with the combo onto your turret. It's easily enough. As New takes him down. Not an easy lane as we're seeing here for the Terrorblade. You know, your turret absolute master on this hero, but getting caught out by LGD's combo.
And he's overall a pretty squishy hero throughout this game versus all the magical bursts that they're going to be having super early in the game, right? That's the reason that the Tinker gets picked up. If Yatoro gets off to a slow start,
yeah, that's rough.
It'd be hard for him to catch back up. The other thing about the Tinker is that people used to talk about, it's not just that you have this big burst, being able to find this Terrorblade, it's also you just clear the illusions. So TB thrives on being able to farm the map without showing himself. Tinker can easily just show up, wipe those illusions out, constrict the farm too, so. Yeah, tough start for Yatoro New. Honestly, he's been the one to watch for me these last few games. His Brewmaster took over, his Night Stalker as well, and now his Centaur is off to a phenomenal start.
At the least, you know, obviously a Terrorblade, Yatoro, he's on a hero that can absolutely back up and recover through, through the farm and from the jungle, but not the kind of start he would have hoped to have had. Still trying to hover around this top lane, but it's getting scarier and scarier for Spirit to be up there.
I mean, they've already started moving heroes. They move Y top, so they have the 3 top, and then they have the CK and a 1v1 for Magnus versus Magnus. That's fine for CK.
They're going to try and step in from the Maposhka. This time, TP backup will be coming in. Lal ready to try and help turn things around, but New, he's in with those.
He still gets the kill.
Able to just take the kill. There's nothing they can do to stop New in that attempt. See if they can hold him back at all. I mean, Lal's looking towards him, but
he's just walking away.
He's going to be able to walk it off. Lal's not going to be able to throw anything down onto the Centaur. He's just getting away with everything in this top lane New.
And it's a cool approach, because I feel like in almost every one of these games, people just default a lot of times. Like, oh, I'm having good lane, I go Vanguard, you can't kill me. No, New's like, I'm going phase boots, I'm going bring out, I'm playing the aggressive Centaur, and so far, look at that differential he has, 1,000 gold over.
Yeah, I think an exciting start to the game. You can see already in the net worth. This is very much going to be down to the off-laners to see what both of them can do. New coming in with a hot start through this early laning stage. See in the mid, they'll get the setup. Stomp into the boat.
Is it enough
Turn and get the laser off onto Lyle. No further hits coming in, but the X mark is still there. Now the TP backup comes into play. LGD wanting to try and do their best to keep nothing to stay safe, and it will work. This tide of spirit can't go in any further. You see Collapse has also swung across, but the silence was there immediately. Stampede comes out from New. LGD able to separate themselves from Team Spirit's attempts.
All the little things mattering. Raindrop and a bracer. Maybe not something you expect to see on the Tinkers too much, but nothing to say he knows. Just be a little bit tankier first this burst as Laurel.
That should be all right here. Planet just throwing out a blood grenade for a bit of fun.
And as we know, there's a lot of aggression going on so far for LGD. Lanes are looking good, but as panel said, and as we see, it's a greedy draft that Spirit is setting themselves up for. And looking at the stacks, they're getting them prepped. I think this is what, a quad hard camp stamp or something like that. At the moment, set up inside that triangle for the Kunkka. We'll have these recovery outlets.
No, for sure. Spirit can calm things down even just a little bit. Very likely that you're going to see Yatoro's Terrorblade get back up to the top spot in net worth.
As long as they don't lose these stacks. I mean, they might have to go clear them pretty soon just in case of anything. Because if a Tinker walks over there, it gets cleared in no time. Yeah, lanes, I mean, they've kind of broken the lanes a little bit here. LGD, with this dominance from New, they're going to force Yatoro a bit to the jungle there. And the supports are having to make these moves around to get these stacks around to try to fix things. And they're going to work on those stacks.
In terms of Collapse's progress, he's of course going to go straight for that Blink Dagger, 1300 towards it, so should be on track.
Could be in trouble though.
Having it a good timing. They're in with the silence, and with the three of them, there's a huge amount of damage that Collapse he cannot withstand. LGD
clean,
taking kills wherever they want right now, 5-0.
LGD
all 5 kills are at the back of this Grimstroke so far. Inkswell connecting perfectly. He's got level 3 Inkswell already too. I mean, this is very scary how much magic damage they have. I mean, New's gonna have such an early Blink Dagger too. He's just he's like, screw it, I don't even need the Vanguard. He's gonna have it at such an early time for these early aggressive moves. And they're just continuing to pick up the pace here.
It's gotten to the point now where Spirit, they're not gonna be showing any faces up on this top lane.
Unless they bring a lot of numbers. But Collapse, he actually did port down bottom, so TP will not be available for the Magnus to be able to join if there's a big battle committed up top. Looks like Laurel was able to sneak into the enemy triangle a little bit here. I think he stole a double stack, it looks like, so a little bit extra gains for him.
Now Poshka's got to be careful. He's hiding in the trees, trying to soak up some XP.
He's got to be so cautious. Stampede's at the ready.
They'll slowly but surely siege this top tier 1 tower, LGD. Maposhka, he'll start to back off. He does not want to be around here. Too much of a push. They've got the vision on him.
All right, that's pretty much the Blink Dagger going to be finished up for New right after that tower goes down. Trying to give levels, the AA. Why? Trying to get a little bit in the mid lane, but seems like he knows something's up, having that ward on the right side. Does see the Kunkka and the Shadow Demon set up. Playing far left, trying to get this level 6 online.
Well, he's got the DD in the bottle, so good amount of burst if he can find some sort of setup around this mid.
Laurel, how close to 6 on AA? Oh my goodness, so close. If Y is 6 there, that just is probably a dead Kunkka. Laurel has to be a little bit careful.
Planet.
Okay.
He's going for the player.
By
He's
himself.
been up by the Stampede. He's able to close in onto Maposhka. That's going to be Maposhka going
Look
down.
at him go.
Another kill here for LGD as a whole. They're just 6-0. Spirit still struggling to find anything so far in terms of kills from this early game. Yatoro, he's getting bullied out of this top lane. Has to TP out of that.
I mean, New is just bringing the action to him. Him and Planet, right? The 6 kills, they're involved in 5, and then 6 on the counterpart, their Planet. Super active so far. And you see the scans are coming out already. LGD, they're taking notes. They're like, all right, well, Spirit, they're going to back up to their triangle. Could see some early contest come out here. They're actually just going to throw a casual AA blast to scout and potentially snipe someone. Won't connect, but a nice attempt.
Yep, they're going to need time, and you know, Yatoro obviously with his build, he's approached that, has the Midas on the Terrorblade. He just wants to be hitting the creeps without any interruption. Well, we'll see if the rest of Spirit can create that sort of space for him. Collapse has got the solid timing on his Blink Dagger. He's keeping it hidden for now on the Courier. We'll see if they try and make some sort of move around this reveal of this pickup.
It does feel complicated though, especially with Yatoro going down full greed route for Midas. All of the heroes on LGD are going to be ready to fight.
They want to try and get something mid. TP over to the mid lane. Blink Dagger at the ready from Collapse. Over the jump, gets the skewer back. Straight underneath the tower. Torrent will miss, but it doesn't matter. They'll still get the kill. A solid Blink Dagger reveal there from Collapse.
He is the one who kind of has to bring back that early game a little bit for them. 6-1. He finds the biggest catch he can. Another one potentially too.
Yeah, should manage to find this one here. X-Mark straight back into the boat. It's going to be a couple of kills for Spirits. They start to get themselves on the board.
Nicely done. New does have that Blink Dagger finished, but as you said, you know, Yatoro, he's just chilling on the sidelines. Quick little RP usage, and they're back off to getting that farm. So for Spirit, and it's going to be a lot of that this game. Getting a quick kill, backing up, farming, and it's going to be up to LGD to punish this farm, to find these heroes and hunt.
I mean,
they are looking for.
How easy is it for LGD's heroes to hunt down around that sort of tier 2 area top? Is it easy for them to set up to try and get the Terrorblade, or is this a pretty safe part of the map for Spirit to hold for Yatoro to keep farming up here?
It'll probably be pretty safe for some time, especially until they can get out that mid tower. Because there is a lot of counter gank. That's the one thing that Spirit's draft really thrives on, especially for like later stages and stuff like that. ET, Stomp, Magnus, and SD save, so multiple different things they can do to protect each other. If a kill doesn't happen instantly, it could get quickly turned. 6-2, good gold now. Spirit, those stacks starting to work out. 3 cores at 6K. And TS has been slowed down significantly just off that 1 kill.
Fully set up around this bottom tier 1, really, Spirit, just in case LGD were going to group up and try for a tier 1 tower push.
I mean, they're going to have RP back up in about 20 seconds.
Yeah, they're ready
very ready for this fight. Yep. And they will have pretty decent damage, at least because the ET does have okay levels. Mipushka has hit 6, and Laurel is 11, so if they do catch anybody near tower, very likely they will just pop.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they may have got that tier 1 on the top lane pretty early, LGD, but finding any of the other towers, it's not going to be an easy ordeal.
No, they need to fight for it. They need to get a pick off first, ideally, or get some vision behind tower. They can't just go straight for these towers versus this Magnus.
It's going to be down to if New can get the jump here. Smoke up from the 3 of them, New.
Instant ward down.
And the 2 supports, they've got the Inkswell buff, they'll go for the jump on Mipushka.
Quick and easy.
See if they can turn this into anything else.
Laurel is immediately rotating over, has a shield rune as well, too. This is hard
straight at them.
He is incredibly tanky. They do not have the damage for him at this point, if he gets the shield rune off.
Now they'll back off, they'll get the kill. And they'll pull back here, LGD.
They're actually going to give nothing to say the wisdom rune as well too. I think he was perhaps farming the left side, but they have to give him anything he can just to get him boosted up a little bit. And he's going to, I mean, at the moment he's got the Aghanims queued up, so cool. Does feel pretty awesome versus a lot of these tanky heroes and stuff like that, right? So besides just the Terrorblade, of course, that counter, but yeah, cool.
Game resuming at this sort of pace, I think
Spirit will be happy.
Yatoro that is indeed going to be in a very happy place. Getting to freely catch up here in the farm and at this stage, and will continue to be. You know, this is one of those games where he's going to probably be the only man with the Midas.
Does feel
in the long run, that should be set to pay off unless LGD can continue to put the pressure on.
Hey, Spirit, ready to go again. Collapse. He's got the RP. They're hunting. They see the courier moving toward top.
Might have to just settle for an AA.
Nah, they don't have to use RP. It's a pretty easy kill.
Not the biggest they would hope for.
Get Yatoro the kill. Yep. Perfectly set up.
Quick move towards the twin gates, maybe. Ooh. See if they can make a play down bottom as well off the remainder of the smoke. They've still got a few seconds left onto it. New, he's close to showing himself on the wave.
Oh, this would be huge if they're able to.
And they're bringing further teams in around the tier 1. It's a tanky hero. Can they get any sort of setup? Maybe mirror with the disruption, but not New. He's already out of the area. Knows it's a scary place to be. Look at the TPs coming in. In fact, LGD bringing 3 further TPs in on this one. They're happy to try and fight this. They get the setup here, straight away onto Mirror. They'll find the Shadow Demon.
The Battle of Vision as soon as somebody shows himself. And that ward will actually expire in 30 seconds, so it won't actually be a D-ward. Quick, easy kill. Yeah, Sora
making the most of it, though, knowing that with that sort of focus down bottom, he was able to push forward an extra couple of waves on the top lane. Get some pressure onto the tier 1 tower, so maximizing what he can, even in these scarier parts of the map.
Yeah, and I'm watching it. I was actually checking to see if Collapse was trying to throw any powers on him as that Beto was wearing down. I think he is maybe looking to do so, but still looking for plays. Collapse, he's constantly looking for something.
I mean, sorry, LGD, we continually see them grouped up pretty heavily. I mean, at the moment, right, we've got 4 of them around this mid lane.
I'd imagine for them, they're looking to accelerate a little bit more.
I think so, right?
That CK with his timing, because right now he's absolutely a menace. He's got this Echo Saber and Armlet finished up, so if he joins with this team, he's quite a bit stronger than Yatoro if he joins in.
Yeah, you've got to imagine they want to fight. They don't want to sit back, LGD.
No, I would imagine not. The Shard is also finished. Planet bought it right away at 15 minutes, so a very, very strong dispel, especially versus something like RP. If he's able to be in a good position on this Grimstroke, he could stop a lot of aggression that comes out from Team Spirit. I'm going to keep my eyes on Planet, because he was quite a big difference maker yesterday as well, too, on his Rubik, the spell steals he was able to do. He's been phenomenal, so I'm going to be looking at him.
Collapse. Ready to go. Smoke up between himself and Mirror.
Okay, let's see what he
got
can
decent
catch.
Damage now with the Echo Saber completed over the Blink Dagger.
All 5 heroes are set up in the area as well. Can't quite find it.
Could be a little bit of a bait. They could look to jump again. And LGD, they are prepared for this one, but Spirit, they have the numbers. Lal, trying to fish for something here with the turret. Not going to find anything.
They have more vision inside that lane, so they do see every time that LGD does step up. And he's actually making the first move.
Well, we see in fact collapse. He's able to get the jump even before that. Gets the drag back onto White Smother. Bring down the A.
Vorls gone.
Spirit getting a bit split there with the focus heading over towards that jump that they made around the mid, but indeed they left their Kunkka vulnerable on the top lane.
And he had vision too. They have that lane ward, so he saw it completely coming in, but just got caught off guard. Maybe just the communication that was happening on the side. Gets caught off guard. It's a big kill, slowing down Laro's momentum. And I believe, what, did Shiro get the last? Yes, Shiro got the last hit as well too, so bumped up a little bit more.
CK, Shiro hitting fantastic timings.
He's huge. He really is quite large, and he's always going to have that buff up, of course, from that Grimstroke.
LGD, once again, everybody to the mid lane. Really trying to look for these constant and consistent fights.
Hey, look, Miposhka.
They'll get the jump. New, in with the burst. There'll be defensive disruption from Mira. But there'll be no getting out of here for Miposhka. Easy support kills that LGD can continue to find.
Just continuously, it's new in Planet every single time, making the setup happen. He's big. He almost has the heart finished up on the Centaur already. Once he disassembles the Vanguard, he's pretty much going to have it finished. Gonna be tough for them to, fully bring him down. ET Splitter, of course, is probably gonna be one of their better damage functions. It's just that max HP damage, but sometimes it's pretty difficult to keep them always in line with it.
Yeah, and Shiro, he can really get involved.
He's
Turns
scary.
up, takes the mid tier 1 tower with the BKB complete.
Oh, okay.
Very little chance that Spirit can take him down unless they catch him completely on his own and cooldown.
Yeah, and immediately just rebuys his Echo Saber too. Yeah, he's having a phenomenal start here.
This is the timing for the CK. We'll see how much LGD can get done around this.
Right now, they're not playing like super rushed by any means. I'm sure they're like, we also scale really hard. They always will have this Tinker versus that TB matchup, so he is getting closer and closer. Maybe that'll be the call where they start taking over the map a little bit more, because it's pretty even in terms of gold so far.
Zero.
Yatoro.
Gonna find Yatoro here with the opening. They're gonna have an Ice Blast flurry as well. Straight in on top of the tower by Yatoro. He's gonna be going down.
Uh-oh.
Did not expect LGD to be there, Yatoro, but they find him as he walks straight into them completely on his own.
Shiro gets handed a massive kill, and it is right as the Roshan is repositioning down toward bottom too, so they could consider even looking for it.
I guess, in that sort of situation, what do you imagine was going through Yatoro's mind? He just didn't expect them to be playing around this part of the map?
I guess not, right? Just got caught off guard. LGD has been incredibly active the way that they're swinging around the map with the supports and with new. It seems like 3 or 4 heroes are constantly together. Just Kite's caught off guard, and now, yeah, that Roche is gone.
Yeah, that was
gone in seconds.
I sort of the first time he'd really left his half of the map.
Yeah.
I think Yatoro won't be doing that again anytime soon.
And he went down the S and Y route. Pretty interesting one. Quite different than I feel like we usually do see on the Terrorblade.
Spirit will be able to secure themselves there.
Mira?
He's going to be fine.
Oh my god, he hit the Healing Lotus.
The shard out from Miposhka's Elder Titan. Aghanim's done. They didn't commit to finish the Roshan. We'll still sit there.
No, they didn't actually. Okay, good call.
Down to about half HP and then decided to pull back from it.
I guess they got a little bit scared because they didn't see exactly where all the heroes were. Okay. Aghanim's now finished. So Laurel, big power spike now. He can look to get involved a little bit more for these team fights. But so far, it's been, again, just very farmy from Spirit. 11-4. And now for LGD, Aghanim's finished up for Tinker's. Yep, just still feels like they're going to be moving around at least with these two supports, looking for potential setups.
There we go.
Okay, Spirit's going to do it first.
See if Yatoro wants to hold back to farm. For now, it doesn't look like he's too keen in joining the smoke. Does have the Eagle song done.
Who are they going to find, though?
He's going to show himself at least the illusions around the mid. Maybe see if they can get some sort of a bait. We'll join the smoke now, but he's ready to reveal. It's a full bait here with a push from the Terrorblade.
Okay. Who they are able to grab. he's walking up. 2,800 HP Centaur.
It's a hard one to go on, even if they get the vision upon him.
Especially if they don't know where Planet is in particular, right? This Inkswell, it could just stop the entire aggression that comes out from them. If they can find him,
try to get the
perfect one.
And do indeed, they'll get the Grimstroke, drag him back. The Stampede's there with the Ice Blast in return. It's time to jumps in with a Hoof Stomp. He's going to be able to burst the bow flow. Collapses out. And now he's going to be in a whole world of trouble as well. The BKB's pop. They push up for the Kunkka, take him down.
They do
lose New in return. And a 2 for 2, and it is LGD that are able to take down 2 cores.
DOTA gets time to farm though, right? So it's always like these positives and negatives they're going to get out of these smokes, even if they do lose some heroes.
Closing in on the butterfly. Very close to having that one complete at least.
And it's good that Laurel actually got the Torrent Storm off. It was very close to him actually not getting that one off, and then they probably don't get that return kill. But even new with that heart, you saw the damage that comes through. It's quite a lot that actually blew him up. CK items, a full Shadow Blade now for Shiro. So the hunting is going to continue. I feel like for him, he's just going to continue to look to get involved. And a lot of these kills could just get popped if he was able to find them on his own. That plus an AA Blaster plus a Tinker rotation.
Now they'll head back to deal with the Tormentor on their side of things.
A planet. Oh, my goodness. They'll get a pretty nice one there. Why you smile, able to finish his. On top of also now having his Yule Scepter. We've been seeing a lot more Yules, but I think it's also because of the rise of these Kunkas and stuff like that. It's going to be very nice versus him and also versus the Magnus, since I believe he did go for the Echo Saber on Collapse. So if they do have vision as the fight starts, it could be difficult for Collapse to do the usual, harpoon skewer kind of plays. He gets Yulesed up, they can just fully go for him.
Yeah, he's going to be trying to get that BKB online next, but it's going to take him a bit of time.
He will need it to be able to get that type of setup for his team, but still 13-6. Gold continue to be very, very close, but LGD feel that they're probably feeling pretty good with getting away with this NTS Tinker so far. Yeah. Not getting caught out too much.
And we're sort of in that bottom spot there, the lowest of the court for a while, but now he's caught up both Collapse and New, making the right sort of progress here on his trajectory towards getting the BKB done himself, so he can jump around these fights without the threat of getting caught in a stray Torrent from these Torrent Storms from Lyle.
Yes, that's the big thing, right? He absolutely needs this BKB versus the Torrent Storm. The tip comes out. Didn't see what that one was for.
See DD in the river here. It's underneath the ward of Spirit, so I'll be aware that it gets picked up if they go for a play with this one.
Shiro swinging around for it with his Shadow Blade. They're instantly smoking with it too. They want something, but it got seen. Like you said, Spirit, they were completely aware of it. So everyone positioned around the area.
At least, even if he was invis. See if LGD can still catch them by surprise.
Oh, the big clash looks like it's going to happen here. Planet, he also buys a Blink Dagger for positioning on this Grimstroke. Was able to get the big jump.
And Spirit, this should be full defensive right now. They know that LGD is going to be looking for this sort of move.
They get the scan. They know where they are. Maposhka in position to break it.
Yeah, maybe they'll just allow support to get caught here.
Oh, Laurel, be careful. He's got Tidal Wave. They have a ward on the high ground. Perhaps they could fish for somebody.
Well, Yusmail getting the vision set up for themselves.
They're going to go for it.
They're going to skewer back as well, up towards New.
Instincting swell.
New is going to be able to pop the Stampede still, gets himself back up to the high ground. Both teams holding back from one another. Is there any further catch? Lyle trying to close the gap over towards New. They get a reflection out on towards the Centaur.
I mean, Spirit wants to catch something here.
It's
they
hard
use
to
so much.
Hero. He's going to be able to wrap around for the back lines. He gets straight in on top towards them, but the Stewards there once more. Collapse getting Shiro under the tab. The BKB's popped by the CK. Shiro steps back. Soulbind.
He's stuck.
Holding together.
Big stun.
In with the who's up the double. They got them both of the bursting and throwing down over the defensive disruption. Comes out from Mirror. They'll finish at the Kuka.
Gatoro's gone.
Gets blown up here by the burst of the laser. Nothing to say, finding that huge kill, taking out the Terrorblade in the midst of the fight. Oh. Both teams to lose two.
The mind games from these fights too. Spirit had used so much. They had meta pop. They used literally all their ultimates. They keep chasing forward. But LGD able to get the big cleanup on these two cores.
And even around sort of their own tier 2 tower, it's so hard for Collapse to get that kind of start to the fight that he hoped for. He's getting these skewers onto New, he's getting these skewers onto Shiro, but neither hero feels good to start the action off.
I mean, the way it started was awkward too. The X comes out, they skewer, but the Ink Swell was already put on New right at the start, so the Dispel comes out, things get very, very weird. And yeah, at this point, Spirit, look at how much they've already used. Meta was used, RP was used, quite a bit was actually used before that.
Yeah, full chase on towards New, and at this point, it's the fact that they've kind of forgotten about Shiro. He just is able to get this opening immediately on towards Maposhka, who will get that extra bit of time with the fact that Collapse drags Shiro away. But at this point, Soulbind out into the two of them. New, he's hitting these hoof stomps every single time.
Huge connections, and even the double leg, of course, connecting on both there with that Soulbind. It's nice. Constant, 2-for-2 trades. The gold continues to just be
they want to keep it going, LGD. They do not want to allow any time for Yatora to get his items on this Terrorblade.
They know there's downtime. For Spirit, they need every single spell. RP 5 seconds.
They'll find Maposhka out on his own.
And that's right next to the Roche. Now they can likely force it.
Yeah, they're going to go for this for sure.
Instant Phantasm. Oh, Shiro had just hit 18 off that kill too, so actually gets the level 3 Phantasm. Sends an illusion to the wave. should be able to finish it off this time. No ET to scout.
They've got great team fight, but yeah, even as a support, you know, Miposhka is a crucial part of that. And with him gone, team spirit, they won't look to contest this Roshan.
I mean, Miposhka really is the biggest scouting element that they have to be able to find this Tinker, find these initiations early on. Without just Collapse YOLO blinking in. Which Collapse can now do also. He does have the BKB finish, so a little bit more liberty for the Magnus to pick and choose how he goes in. But now, into that Aegis.
See how much LGD can get done with this Aegis. Tier 2's on the horizon.
How many Philosopher Stones did we get in this game also? Okay, looks like all the supports got Phillies. So we have 4 Philosopher Stones in. Greed is good.
It's alright. It's got his BKB done. So really starting to beef up on the Terrorblade.
I mean, they have what? Is that the double? Okay, double BKB. Laurel not quite having his just yet, but definitely going to protect quite a bit versus this control that we've seen from New in particular.
LGD sort of split themselves back up despite getting this Aegis. I'm just trying to work their way towards their next items. We've got the BKB just a recipe or so away from New and the Centaur, so he'll have a much easier time just kind of getting in with the Who Stomps and being able to reset and looking to come back into the fights with further jumps.
They are grouping up though. Looks like they are potentially going for a smoke out here. And Poshka in a very deep position. I mean, look at this warding expedition from him. Oh my goodness.
Getting away with it.
By himself, runs in and gets a pretty beautiful ward down. That's going to scout quite a lot from LGD, and that is not going to be expected at all. So could even catch maybe a smoke that comes out. LGD looking to perhaps get more assertion on the map. They actually buy a gem pretty early. I think we've been seeing quite a bit of 20 to 30 minute gems, but wanting to take advantage of this Aegis time and grab this.
Be an absolute beast on the Terrorblade. Top CS right now, and very much closing in onto Shiro CK's net worth.
Who knows what could go down? I mean, there's a Tinker versus the Terrorblade always, so as big as that TB gets, it can fall very, very hard.
But, you know, not necessarily in a point where he's kind of zooming past everyone in the net worth, right? Has been held back, still in sort of that mid-area farm. He's level 20, getting the Eon Disc next, making sure that there's very little chance that Spirit can lock down and kill the Tinker in the team fights by going for that BKB into the Eon. Of course, the team fights will be one thing, and the high ground push, that's going to be quite the other. You know, we don't see a lot of Tinker. We have, you know, the first Tinker's appearance that we're seeing here at this international. Pushing into this hero, it's never easy.
I mean, pushing into Tinker is never going to be easy. Pushing into Magnus Elder Titan's not going to be easier. So we could
both sides.
Strap yourselves in. Could be in for a long one.
Spirit, they're on the hunt. Poshka, Marlin Collapse. Gonna do a quick sweep of LGD's jungle, see what they can find.
Still not quite a BKB finished up on Laurel though, so does probably have to be a little bit careful how far forward he puts himself, at least at the start of the fight.
Doesn't look like they'll find anyone down here. They pop a scan around the creep camps to see if anybody's stepping around this area from LGD, but LGD completely on the other half of the map.
A lot of dodging going out here. I mean, Poshka's ward is still alive somehow, even though the gem from the AA was out. He wasn't able to find that one just yet.
BKB done for New. We've got their heart. It's completed as well for Shiro. Looking towards the AC next.
Oh, I mean, levels across the board still feel... Everything feels very, very close. It's going to be some crazy team fights that are going to dictate this. It does feel like. Shiro, soon 20. Starting to hit tier 2.
Yeah, have to play that bit more aggressive.
Yep.
Wardی
40 seconds.
ამათ ვარდი LGD-ს არ სადარუდეს ტოპზე უდეს ერთი როშა სხვაგან სადუდეს არსა ერთი ვარდი უდეს იმათ ერთი ორი
fights. Both of them actually finish up a later than usual Aether Lens. You see Planet and both while you smile looking for that. He had the Aghanims queued up for quite some time on this Grimstroke, but looks like they want to switch up the way they play their style. Just look to play behind those tanky cores.
They're going to go through the twin gates, try and get this play where they sort of come in from behind, who's potentially pushing out on the bottom.
This could catch at least somebody off guard here, but oh my.
So they can find, they won't walk into Mirror quite yet.
How many times has this happened?
I mean, both supports here, by the looks of it, are going to get away from this, but Poshka and Mirror on either side of this move that LGD were trying to come at them with.
Ships passing in the night.
Silver Edge done for Yatoro. He's in that top spot now in the network. Unless LGD finds some further fights, Yatoro, he is going to start zooming ahead of everybody, Shiro included.
Yeah, their greed is definitely starting to pay off big time here. Yatoro. this is going to be such a crazy, crazy collapse of everything together. But then Greed, of course, 4K lead.
The 4K lead.
Find a fight with the Aegis. They're about to have it expire here from Shiro. The question is if they want to try and find something without that.
And they'll finally find that ward that was placed. I mean, that lasted almost 4 minutes, that ward that Post was able to sneak in there. So they got quite a bit of information, you can say, from it.
Oh, Rajanzia.
What's the plan?
It's been pretty calm for me. When is the last time there was a kill? It's been, what, like 6 minutes or something?
Who is feeling more calm in this sort of situation? Is it Spirit or is it LGD?
I think they're both probably feeling pretty good, right? I mean, they have an NTS Tinker scaling versus Terrorblade, but Yatoro's probably telling his team also, guys, I am massive. You know, I'm getting away with murder. I'm getting away with so much farm on the map here, but it's really going to be up to how those fights be dictated. Who gets the jump? And even then, even later on, are they going to be able to even break base out of it too? Not easy for either side. Little bits of vision. Team Spirit trying to reclaim those.
Both teams close to one another.
Toro leading the charge.
Trying to get some vision himself here off the back of the Silver Edge, leading forward. And once again, LGD up to the Twin Gate. Or at least ready to hold around this area. Gem purchase now here from the Poshka.
All of it really does feel like it's just going to be down to that one big jump. Whoever gets the vision, whoever gets that control, whoever finds one of these squishier heroes is nothing to say going to be able to use a rally of team fight, like rally of spells in a long duration team fight, or is he just going to die right at the start of it?
These moments, you know, Yatoro just item after item, getting very close to being able to get the nullifier. Now pretty much is his 6th item. Already here, 34 minutes on the Terrorblade. That sort of laning stage, nothing more than distant memory here. As the full recovery has been made by Yatoro.
They're just running as a unit. Look at how they're just running together across the map. All 5 Heroes of Spirit. Wherever Yatoro goes, they go. Here comes LGD. Shiro.
Seeing what sort of catch he can get.
I mean, Mira is pretty far up right now.
Scanner's hit.
Scan could have been on an illusion.
Indeed onto an illusion. They're going to be aware of that by the looks of it. They won't try chasing with Yatoro. He's going to walk into the midst of them. Actually, so already the support to be caught is just Mira for now. Yatoro's going to try and fight. He's trying to lead in as he'll be able to help bring down one more. He's still being completely focused by Shiro. The stun comes in. Yatoro is ready to shut back away as he gets out with the invis. Shiro controlled by the top.
He's going down.
Q is there for collapse. They take down Shiro and Yatoro survives.
Oh my god. Was that like, what actually did so much damage? I guess it was the ET and everything in combination, but it feels like the ET actually did so much for his hero.
It sort of seemed that there was a point towards the end of that the rest of LGD, they sort of bailed out on that. They knew that there was no saving Shiro. I think after that initial attempt where they weren't able to 100-0 Yatoro, they're sure they hit him with the blast, but of course that Sunder, it's still going to be there. Gets himself back up to full HP, and at that point, the whole move, it starts to get a bit tricky for LGD, and they end up losing their carry.
So far, I mean, NTS, he can't actually do, I feel like, what he wanted to in that last fight. He got completely ignored, just actually unable to blow up any of the targets. Who was actually holding the gem there? I think, okay, Neo actually kept it, so LGD did not lose their gem there, but pretty decisive fight there from Spirit this time around.
Yeah, big step for Yatoro. Getting in and getting out of that one. The team bailing him out with the multiple Glimmer Capes, I believe, as well, allowing him to just weave in and out.
And that was what I think is... Yeah, the first BKB reveal too, right? So that long duration one where they can't actually break through him.
That was the money for with the nullifier, and now we're well on the way to being able to pick up that blink dagger.
They're playing it cool and calm on Spirit, waiting for the action to come to them. They have such a good lineup to be able to go for those counter initiation plays. And, I mean, they're ready. They're ready again. 30 seconds till that RP is going to be coming back up, but still positioned around Yatoro.
They might still be able to burst this Terrorblade, but they have to stop him from getting the Sunder off. Every time that Sunder's there, getting him from 100-0 twice is probably not going to happen right now.
I think we're going to... Okay, yeah, I was just thinking. They had the E-Blade queued up on the Tinker for a long time. I think the Hex is necessary. I think they have to have it. Yeah, they have to have that 100-0 control to be able to bring down this TB before he's able to get Sunder.
Blast coming in towards the pit. Spirit holding this area. LGD, they are approaching.
LGD still does have vision on that right side, too.
Very close to Shiro having the AC done.
Okay.
Plunger Golden, he'll have it.
Doesn't mean he spent all out.
That's for sure.
He commits it.
That's definitely a bit of a risk. We know how quickly this Terrorblade's going to be able to push down towers if the fight goes well for Spirit.
And he also has no boots now, so could be a position where he just gets kited a lot in these next fights if he isn't able to stick on these targets.
They're going to get the Roshan here, Spirit. As LGD not able to interrupt this, Aegis now Yatoro, so even if they are able to burst him, he's going to be back with a second life in this team fight.
That is a huge deal. And Collapse now also is going to have Lincoln, so he's going to have the freedom to always be able to get those initiations now too. Spirit, the patience, it's working out for them so far.
LGD still not afraid to step out of their half of the map though, crossing the river.
How close to the Hex? Nothing to say, is getting very, very close to it.
Definitely going to be eyes on him. No, 2, 1, and 4. That's to sort of take a lot of time to catch up on the farm, but very much in a point now where it's getting to that stage where a nice bit of tinker play can take over the team fights.
He does have to watch out, though, as you mentioned, the various saves that there is. And the top of the rum that's always going to be coming out from Laurel, which he's probably going to get off in every single one of these fights. Has to watch out for these glimmers and resets as we saw in that last fight. And he's, okay, never mind, he goes straight for the E-Blade instead.
Okay,
anyway, so
just wants to get the straight raw burst damage.
Okay.
I mean, maybe feeling, as you say, even if he's able to have the lockdown at the Hex, because of the fact that the saves are there, you know, having that control, that's not necessarily going to get the job done. Maybe better to just focus on bursting the rest of the lineup so that they aren't alive to save and back up the Terrorblade.
The push is going to start commencing, though, and they have a lot of ways to poke. And yes, he gets caught.
He managed to collapse him in the trees. They're going to drive Banner straight in.
He just RP'd.
The BKB up with the RP's there. The damage is out for Yatoro. Nothing to say is caught.
All it takes
90.
One little catch, Collapse, no hesitation. I think going to Torrent to scout the tree line.
I think it was Lal setting things up, and now the push, it's going to be coming in.
And it's going fast. These towers, I mean, with no Tinker, there's no way to slow down.
At least there's tier 2 still up in the other 2 lanes, so they may just let this Rax go.
I mean, it's so risky. If they buy back and he dies, that could just decide the game. So they're just going to sack the Rax. But Spirit, they're lingering around. They want to go for another catch here. Collapse, he's eyeing his opportunity.
Oh, he is. You've got to be careful if you get close to the walls of your base here. Collapse will be ready to tear you out of it.
So many different ways for them to reposition on top of that tidal wave too. LGD.
It's definitely starting to look like that maybe LGD just weren't able to get enough done in the mid-game. Spirit taking over, and they get any sort of catch like this, especially if it's nothing to say, they're going to be on the verge of taking another set of racks.
He needs to be way more careful with his positioning here. But just not easy. A lot of repositioning as we see. Yatoro blinks in. Meta is wearing off, but they'll get the tier 2 and they'll be able to back off. Pretty damn good usage of that Aegis.
It really is. 9k lead now for Spirit.
They've broken one of the hardest things you can do in this patch, of course, breaking that high ground. First step.
I respect the fact that nothing to say is respawning in a few seconds. Spirit heading back to their half of the map. LGD, they're trying to chase.
The cooldowns are all coming back up, though. Meta is still on cooldown for about 30 seconds. RP's at the ready. Shiro, he's looking.
Get the pullback into the stun. We'll see Lal throw down both the defensive disruptions there to try and help Yatoro out of the combo. But the Forest Stone comes in. Jump forward. The Torrent Stone catches him.
Ay. Cállale, Rabbi. Cállale, Rai. Gatsqeulili BK.
The tidal wave pulling it back over towards Collapse. In the river, nothing to say. Manages to finish off Mira. But they're losing 2 of their cores. Shiro and Yu taken down.
They keep Yatoro up. He gets the Sunder.
Nothing to say. Will manage to get out of that one.
But why? Looks like he won't.
I mean, they were so close to potentially being able to burst Yatoro at the beginning of that fight, but I think sort of the straight torrent from the Torrent Storm, it caught the Tinker at the start of it. Nothing to say, tried to get in position, but as soon as he was there, he was up in the air. They get another kill on a YU Smile. It's 3 dead on LGD Spirit. They can look to push again.
I mean, so clutch by Mira. That disruption there, it makes him actually lose. He dodges his own teammate's run buff, but it gets the save potential. It's well worth it so he can get that Sunder. Just beelines it to Shiro and gets it off.
And very close towards the end of that. Maybe nothing to say. He nearly didn't get out himself.
He almost did not. And now Meta's back up. That was without Meta, this fight. Yatoro didn't even need it. Now onto high ground. Collapse 40 seconds till he's got RP, but they're still fishing.
That's all the damage they can do at Spirit. LGD 20 seconds until they've got the full squad back up.
I mean, just nothing to say. Has to be so careful. Literally one stray spell catches him. He's very likely dead at this point. Another Rax to fall.
Completely taken down as Spirit.
Wow.
With a very comfortable hold on the game right now. still yet to sort of find that fight where LGD are able to set up and allow to, just allow this Tinker to just run rampant. It just hasn't happened.
They just don't have what feels like enough control and enough burst. They have the one stun that comes in from the Centaur, and then there's a little save that comes out from Team Spirit. Then boom, there goes your Tor, and the rest of the spells just come in. Beautiful execution so far from these two supports on Spirit, honestly. Just these little saves and resets they've been able to do with their Glimmer Capes and even disruptions.
As we're seeing, Sean New, he's incredibly tanky. The same to be said for Shiro, but at this point, Spirit, they absolutely have the damage to still take these beefy boys down.
They're always going to have the percentage damage that comes from the ET and just the overwhelming damage that, of course, kicks off from this Terrorblade, yeah.
See where they can go.
Oh, and Collapse actually goes for even more. Even further. Yep, the Arcane Blink.
That extra little bit of a range as well can really catch you by surprise.
I look at the cooldowns as well, too. 6.2 second cooldown, Blink 7.9 second
Yeah, he's going to be jumping in, skewing you out, and then he's going to be pretty much as soon as he's done that, ready to jump back in again and skewer someone else.
Yep, fight's getting harder and harder. LGD. Who do they focus fire is the question. They have to, I mean, it feels like they have to focus fire the supports, but they have to deal with these cores as well.
They just don't sort of have the same impact of starting the fights, the same strength that Spirit has. At the end of the day, this Collapse RP, it's going to reign supreme.
I mean, the big team fight, in particular from Spirit, it's been reigning supreme.
They'll start backing away.
Planet go.
Look at the damage.
The sense on you, dead in an instant.
Can't even get out of the stun.
They can't fight them here, LGD. Spirit, too strong, ready to push the waves in.
Look at Shiro, he's looking to try to do something.
He's going to try, he's going to open up on a mirror, but the Eldisc is able to assemble it just in time. Mirror's able to blink out as well. He gets it alive. The blink will come in from you, but he walks out of it. But barely a scratch. The TP out there from Lyle. Mirror also able to TP away. He'll find Maposhka. But they get the majority of them out there. One of them, they force out a buyback from New. Things continuing to go in Spirit's favor massively.
It's domination. They even cut the creep wave. The Toro just sends an illusion even after all of that too. It kills every single creep in mid. All they find is the beautiful identification from Spirit.
Continuing to just try and take your chances outside the base.
You buy the Hex on the Tinker and you hope with this level 25 that you're going to just be able to get some consecutive back-to-back kills, but it's just not easy at this point.
Oh, you mean
30 seconds until Roche. Will NTS be able to make that magic happen with a Hex and a 25?
არა ბიჭო ეს იატორი ძალიან მაგრა ფარმავს არა ნორმალურად ფარმავს კიდე ერთი წამით არის ვენებს
enormous dark portrait of that Terrorblade that maybe can also reign supreme. Not an easy fight.
Yatora. He's hovering around here.
Oh, he is.
I mean, if he catches nothing to say, he'd be ready to jump in and try and get aggressive upon him. GG, see if they can get the catch on towards the Kunkka, but no, not getting tripped up. They won't catch him for now.
Spirit's just been dodging. I feel like pretty much every single movement from LGD. All the moves that they tried to make in that mid game to slow down this farming draft from Spirit, just they were not able to connect.
It looks like they have complete control on the sort of the second half of this game. Team Spirit, LGD.
Look at Collapse. He's ready.
Pulled all over the place.
Blink in 2 seconds. Looks like they'll back it up, but perhaps maybe setting up for top. I mean, look at your Toro and Laurel. Trying to catch this Tinker when he's doing the split push.
Yeah, they want to make sure that when they go high ground, once again, they've got all waves in good position. They don't want to allow for the split push to happen from LGD.
Roche is also up, so they have to go scout that one out. And yeah, looks like they should be able to claim this one, but this is maybe LGD's chance to go for the fight here. I mean, they have to try something. Are they aware that it's up, though? They do have a scan. There it is, so they will know which angle of approach do they want to take. They have a ward on the far right side.
Do they want to take their chances here? The next fight, wherever they choose to take it, it may just be their last one.
Do you want to give a full Aegis cheese and a refresher to a team with this Magnus, though, right? It's like it almost feels like you have to. The Hex gets purchased.
It's so hard to fight into.
Eyes on nothing to say. Can he make magic happen?
Spirit In a much more favorable spot here.
I ward this.
Okay, pops up for a quick second. So they do see collapse now and then inside that tree line. Tough target to go for him. There's double saves behind him. But they might just have to go for the risk.
Jiro. He heads in. We'll be going in underneath that sentry and observer combo.
The lanes are starting to be a problem. Yatoro's sending illusions. They have nothing to say to clear them out for a second right now, but they have to be careful with their positioning every time the Tinker goes back.
I just don't know if they can do it out here.
And look, every time Tinker resets, you see Spirit feels a little more bold, step up.
Hey, look at that. He's going to be able to try and get the jump. Has to put the BKB. The two of them will get caught by the soul blind.
Smoke, გემუდარებ მოკდა.
რეაქციები დაამოღავე ბჭო.
არა ნორმალური. იმენა თითი ასე გამზადებული ქონდა ედო. ვარა.
He's pushing back the sensor. The buyback's coming in the TP as well. Over towards New. The backup will be there.
Why me? Buybacks-ია, მოკალი, buybacks-ია.
On collapse.
ეს გადაიხანი ხო გადაჭი.
They got the poison.
But Shiro buys back.
I mean,
5 versus 4.
this is the window that they have to abuse.
ეს ფაითი რომ მოიგო ნახება იმსო. ვაიმე.
აი ბიჭო.
ვაიმე.
ყველაზე ყლეში ხარ.
ყველა buybacks-ა.
ყველაზე ყლეში ხარ პროსტო.
The double dark portrait really coming into play, taking out the mag the first time. A lot of buybacks though. This
LGD, they can absolutely breathe sort of a sigh of relief here in a game
რამდენი
where they
buyback გაკეთდა?
ყველა buybacks. კომენტატორების buybacks-ია.
ხო, მარჯვენა დააბაიბექა ერთ-ერთი.
What a beautiful initiative. I mean, the way they started
Terrorist buybacks.
division is something we always tend to talk about. That ward on the side there. As soon as
Oh,
they
it's
see a
like a
moment to
spin, it's a
sneak
shit,
in and get
huh?
that dark portrait, they do get a beautiful connection on two.
LGD-ს რატო ბალის
Not an easy move to make, LGD, so we'll see again
Man.
how they're able to pull this one off. It all started with the attempt for
ჰა
collapse,
ხო
but as you say, the
რა
soul blind
მარია რა მაგრამ
into the dark
ამ
portraits onto
ტიპებს
the
რა
shoulder. There's just so
რეაქცია
much damage coming out to collapse. Immediately going down at the beginning of the fight, and from this point onwards, things started to get tricky here for Spirit.
I mean, look at the micro also. I didn't even notice on the left side there, but the dark portraits with the stampede just starts chasing the supports out as well too. It's chaos from them. Chaos inside this moment too.
And you hitting some fantastic hoof stomps towards the end of it all, and even at this point,
კენტავრი
maybe collapse
მაგნუსოს
felt that it was
ფაითი
going to be
მაგარიცა
a
ორი დაკუნთული ტიპი უკავს ესე ავტოატაკას ერთმანეთს.
taking collapse down twice.
Holy moly. And now with comfort of an Aegis too, on nothing to say.
რატო გამოჩ?
Feels a bit better for him. A hex now also.
შენ უნდა ნახო Vorls,
fully
აზურები
fixed up on this
იგრო
first
იყო,
choke zone.
ბედბუმი.
More levels of control that they've actually started to now pick
ბოლო
up.
პირველი მაპის ბოლო ფაითი უნდა ნახო აი რაღაცა დასწავლი. უგნამ რა buybacks-ი გააკეთა რიცი? მოგიყვები რა. ხო მოკდა ფაითში რა. აზურეს მოთამაშე იყო, არ მახსოვს რომელიც იყო. უგნა მოკდა, buybacks-ი გააკეთა და ფეხით მირბის და მთელი buybacks-ის გააკეთა ეცით. იგი რა ქვია? ნეკრო უკდებოდა მივიდა მეორე და დეკრიფაი და მოკდა რა. და მაგით ფაითი მეი.
просто მეორე დაადო.
მეორე დაადო გადაარჩინა, იმან მერე მეორე გაშალა და ყველა. აუ ეგრა ეპიკური მომენტი იყო. მეთქი ბიჭო, გადავახვიე ამ buybacks-ს. აქნა მეთქი, просто მივიდა მოკდა მეთქი. ტიპა просто მეორე სტილის იგი ფაი იგი მეიგო вообще მაპი.
May have this Aegis, but with the state of the game, likely that LGD do hold things off until they get their next round of items complete.
აა buybacks-ებია, იმენა ბოლო ფაითია.
A bad fight,
მარა
cost them the game.
ამგონია გეიწელება კიდე
To that point,
buybacks-ს.
15 minutes.
Something like that for a bit on both. I mean, Yatoro with no buyback too has to be so careful with his positioning.
ალბათ ის რა.
Together.
რა ქვია იმ ჩემისას. Rantaidi თუ რა ქვია.
It's going to be a scary 4 minutes for both sides.
ხო, უცა ქვია.
Who's going to be the one to take the bigger risk? Who's going to go for the big play?
High risk, high reward at this point.
Playing the win, as we call it. Level 25 starting to be hit. CK also now has gotten his Shiro. Quite a bit more damage.
ჯაგენ შეხედავ მოგინდება შეხვიდე დასტარტო ითამაშო და
და შეყვალ თუ არა იმენა ეგრევე ვიღაცა.
მეხუთე პოზიციაზე ტროლი ეჩით.
Poshka sort of stepping out here and there, trying to get some vision out for the team.
Wow.
The rest of the squad making sure that they do not leave their high ground. They know how many ways that LGD have to set up with these. So the invis with the jumps.
Setting up all over the place too, just with the Tinker, they can just, they have to stick as a unit on the side of T-Spirit, or they will get outnumbered and caught outside of the base.
იგი რა. Halloween-ზე რომ თავებს აკეთებენ რა, რა ქვია მაგას?
გოგრა?
გოგრა.
არა მეოს.
არა ხაპი. ნუ პროსტა იქ დიდი არის და ხაპი არის ცოტა მწვანე სპონჩი რა. ხაპი როგორ არ გევასება, სემიჩკები არ გევასება ხაპის? ლოლ რეპორტ.
არანაირი გოგრა არ მეოს.
ეს ინკი რატო ხილავს ასე?
შარდი ალბათ.
შარდი ხილავს?
შარდია ხო.
ანუ რაც უფრო დემეიჯს აკეთებს? არ აქვს შარდი. ეს ამს მიგანე იქთან.
აქედან ნახავ. აი.
დაჟე დისპელი არის. Wrong დისპელი?
ხო, ერთ-ერთი რაღაცეებს. ეხან ერთ-ერთი კენტაურს.
7 minutes until those glorious
ოპტაუერთან რო კენტაური შეატყია მაგნუსმა, ერთ-ერთი მაგნუსმა.
ეს მაგიტო იფიქება. გონი ყველაზე ხშირად ეგ გაიფიქა, ხო ამ თორემ?
მაგარი.
Maybe the CS stone for some of these heroes.
Lincoln's now for nothing to say, an extra bit of protection for him.
მეორე ულტი რო დაატოდა.
Centaur buyback available. Same thing for the Grimstroke zone.
მოერტამ რო ულტიცემს იგი გასკლავს, ხო?
Difficult for them to force anything though, still playing into this Magnus, playing into this high ground defense that Spirit has. Just looking to control the map, sweeping across side to side.
ილუზია გონი გამოყავს ილუზია.
ხო, მაგრამ მხოლოდ მოწინააღმდეგეზე
They're looking to time the hit with the Aegis though, going down 20 seconds, nothing to say.
ისი ილუზია გამოიყავნა?
CKC იყო მე მგონი.
I mean, if they find the Tinker.
არ ვიცი.
ვისე ტებეს მეტამორფოზის ილუზია რო გააცროს იმენა გაატყავს.
ბიჭო, ტებეს ხო მაგარიაგანი მიდაუმატეს, რატო არ იყენებენ? ხეარს რო ადებს და ეგ ხო აქვს კიდე. მეტამორფზე რო გადადის და ფიერს რო ადებს ყველას. ვეივი რომ მოდის რაზორის პონჩი. ეგ ხო აქვს.
ეგ აგანი.
ხო და რავი, ცუდია მე? თუ პროსტა სპორტია ეგერი რომ.
Each of the supports have got one to pop it while you smile on it.
ის 40,000 ფარმი რომ აქ ექნება
ერთი თიმის ფარმი.
It'd be difficult for them to get that angle if they don't have the initial vision to be able to get the jump.
ნახე ფული რომ ცა უნდა მაინც მინდის და ფარმავს.
Could be quite something still against the DOTA right when he's trying to use the BKB instead. That reduced attack range.
ვაი მე ვის დაახტება? აუ რა მანდა მაინც დისკიანი ნახე. ვაი ფიგასა მოკვდა.
ნიპოშკა იმენა თავი.
ოპა, კაია, დავай ბიჭები.
აუ ეს უბედურა.
ვაიმე.
ხელა რაღაც დაწენა რო აღარ ჩერდა.
კუნკა მოკალე, კუნკა მოკვდეს. რა.
ეგე ილუზია გაუჩი.
ვაიმე ბიჭო.
ვა,
მოკლა.
და ეხა ნახე, ამასაც მოკლავს. ესეთ უნდა.
დავიდა დაკონტროლები ჩხუბი.
ნახე რა სიტყვა.
კენტაური რა ტრეშია, ბიჭო.
მაგარი. კენტაური კი არის გრიმამონი ეს თამაში.
რატო უთხავს ამ ხელს მეორე?
კენტაური აი ის ურტყავდა ილუზიით, ბიჭო იმ ტერორბლეიდ იმენა წავსაძრო.
Holy crap, they just actually killed Yotaro. That was a wild fight. I mean, we'd have to see it again, but this was pretty much Yotaro and Collapse versus the world, killing 3 heroes, and then they just get turned on by the Centaur Grim.
იმას ვარდე ეჭირა ხა ტინკერი არბეში. დეიპო შანსი.
Having a hell of a tournament.
მაგრამ ისეთ ფაიტი.
from LGD at the start too.
ბიჭო, ამას დისკს ის არ ხსნის ნულიფაერი.
And they weren't afraid of anything here. At the start of this fight, they knew how strong they were.
Isks nullified arxi.
For pretty much the 80% of this fight, it looked fantastic, right? Your Toro's here, Collapse has got the whole control. They take out these two and nothing to say to start things off, of course, News got the buyback, but it's to say Shiro and nothing to say, they did not have the buybacks ready, so at this point, Spirit, they've got to be feeling fantastic. They know that these buybacks are still on cooldown. Of course he's going to push onwards, but you and Planet turn it around, and you get caught absolutely by surprise by the potential for LGD to do so.
Wow. Illusion,
every little thing matters at these points in the game.
I think, yeah, Team Spirit, they could taste the victory there, but it's very swiftly knocked away from them once more. LGD keeping this game going.
Oh man, we were getting blessed.
Which
2.5 minutes until those neutral items come out. Everyone's buybacks soon coming back up. Gold, of course, still needs to be acquired for some.
ეგულიზია არის ტანება?
არც ისტანება, არც ნებდება და არც იფექსება.
Short on the buyback off that purchase. Only 1,000 gold. I mean, that's the thing, of course.
Same thing for nothing.
ანუ ეგარი რა.
He'll have it surely as well.
ანუ აუტაკით უნდა მოკლა, ან კიდე duration უნდა გაუგო.
ბიჭო 100%-იან დემეიჯს აკეთებს ორიგინალის?
ბიჭო მე არ ვიცი, ნახოთ აბა.
ნახე აბა ერთი წამ.
ბიჭო ვიცი მიმო ჯიგრები ხარ ბალეში ყოფნით რა ვიცი ავასხით რა.
Such tense moments for both sides. Vision jumps.
75
Trying to kill off these supports seems to be a very big answer as well too. They're very difficult to bring down with all these undistant protections. Planet, even now having a shadow.
ორიგინალზე მაგარი მომენტ სპიდი აქვს და ატაკ დემეიჯი?
ორიგინალზე უფრო მაგარია რა, ფოტო მაგის არ აქვს.
Dark portrait. It's a big difference maker.
Double X, double dark portrait. It really could
set
any fights in LGD's favor, especially.
ჩავწერო და გრიმა დავაზადროტო არ ვიცი უკვე.
ძალიან მაგარია რა. просто ეგ არის რომ მოწინააღმდეგე ძლიერი თუ არ არის აგანიმი არ
gold. Just seen him. He has the gold for the hex, but he's just been sitting on it waiting for those buyback plays.
Vorls მეგონა ექსკლიმ მაგის აგანიმი ძალიან ბანძობა არის.
არა რა, ძალიან მაგარია.
And he minus his queued up.
თან მესამე უნდა შეადო, როგორც გამოიყვან მესამე შეადე და რას დარბის იცი და იხილება. მაგიებს ვერ უკეთებენ. და ხელიც კიდე იხილება რა, მალე ვერ გიკლავენ და პროსტო იმენა ატყავებს კომანდას.
There's very limited vision from both sides at the moment. That one ward placed up top at the moment from the side of Spirit. Shiro, continue to keep these waves shoved in. Collapse. Maybe looking for some type of fishing play here with the X marks. Pretty good ward from Spirit right now that has not been taken out from LGD. This is giving a ton of information.
He's getting caught. Collapse catching him immediately to get the jump onto one Planet. Collapse, he's still got it good to go. Sure, the Phantasm. And the BKB will make sure the Collapse isn't able to pull him back.
He got aggressive. He got the Dark Portrait of the Terrorblade, but put himself in an incredibly dangerous position. Yeah, 2 minutes, no Grim.
Bit of a bait there, really, from Spirit. Collapse immediately in with that jump. Instantly pops the refresher as well, so has this second RP ready. Absolutely. If the rest of LGD try for anything, they'll look to swing attention over to the other side of the map with the twin gates, get down there. Let's go straight into the pit. The rest of this Metamorphosis should be able to take this down without any questions coming out from LGD.
I like how there's just no hesitation though. They you know, these players, they have all the timings and everything. They know this Grim Show did not have to buy, so no hesitation to get that RP out from Collapse.
I mean, honestly, yeah, and as we said, at this point, it's pretty much the biggest catch they can get. Yeah. They can get Planet before he can get any of his spells or items off. The team fight's going to look to be in a pretty solid spot for Spirit. All right. Roshan, Aegis on Utora. Here come the tier 5s.
What do we get? A pretty busted one on the Tinker.
I think that's the one he was hoping for.
Does he have a telescope on his team too? I know he was carrying the telescope for quite some time, so he won't have both. He won't have a telescope plus a Seer Stone.
And Collapse, he's ready to go with a bit of an ode to his previous TI performances. The Horn Toss now online. More than ready to start pulling heroes out of LGD's base. The high ground defense is not going to be easy.
No. Ex Machina now also for Yotoro, the constant refresher on refresher. He actually sells his refresher himself because he has an Ex Machina. He'll buy out a full Eye of Scotty now for this Terrorblade. Giant Strength for new. Potential 10,000 HP Centaur definitely coming into play as well too.
I see what's going to be stronger. The ability from Team Spirit to jump in with Collapse and rip heroes out of the base, or the potential of Nothing to Say's Tinker just to completely infinitely hold the high ground with this insane amount of spam. Oh, he's got a Seer Stone as well.
I love it.
He is going to be jumping in from a mile off, and there we
Look at this.
Gets the grab on a Why You Smile. This poor old ancient apparition out of the game.
Oh my God, this is so insane.
This isn't even fair. I mean, you give
Look at the blink rage.
Tools, he's going to be catching everybody and anyone. Yatora's pushing in. They get the jump on his shield. Try and skew him out of the base. Down here as the low ground is new.
You is killing Yatora.
Arvis. Kakre.
Looking for the TP out with the BKB TP and makes it away.
Opa, ისიც დაიჭირა კენტაური რას თამაშობს არეპო. What the fuck?
არა და -2 იყვნენ, ბიჭო, -2. ო!
-2 რა?
12,000 damage from a centaur.
LGD-ს ორი კაცი არ ყავდა.
მეგაზე შევიდა და იჩაუვის.
That was cute.
All right.
Little X-Mark play.
X-Mark play. I mean, they are that close to getting the Megas. That does force out the fortification.
This is the highest tier of Dota that you can possibly imagine. These players, this is absolutely insane. I mean, New like killed Yatoro by himself, it felt like. I mean, the Centaur, what an absolute monster.
And they started the fight as well, but they sort of nearly got that clean start with the skew out, but I think what was the Soulbind right from Planet
It looked a little weird, I was like, wait, what is this interaction? I thought he was stuck on the lamp or something.
You know, was he going to end up outside of the base or in the base?
Yep.
Oh, he's going for the Megas, and he's got them. He's got them. An easy X-Mark player from Yatoro and Lal. And honestly, that's going to be because that sort of move, it could absolutely come in again, going for the tier 4s, going for the ancient. LGD, they're going to get all these creeps pushed out of the base and get that backdoor protection back in play. Yeah, we see it again.
Yeah, good. I mean, I could barely see. It looked kind of weird, right? Because the secondary one didn't break. All right, cool.
As you say, you just getting in on your.
He was on Yatoro.
I mean, sort of him against the 4 heroes of Spirit. They could not hold back this giant stream Centaur from just slamming down the Terrorblade.
And look at his target prioritization. He sees the TP coming out. They stop ET, and then he immediately goes for Mira too. The quick moves. This is some incredible spell.
Quite the push now. They're able to get this push going down the mid lane. They've taken the tier 3 themselves here, LGD. Probably not going to be able to get anything more out of this one. At Spirit, they're pretty much all back up.
I mean, I love that you're seeing the smiles. It's such a stressful situation, but I'm sure both teams are having a hell of a time in that booth. Still anybody's game, but there is mega advantage at the moment for Spirit. A big advantage on those objectives, and they're starting to get the Book of the Dead as well, too. ET has that one picked up. Also has changed his build up a little bit too. He had the Hex all kind of done, switches it up for a BKB. He wants to be able to stand inside the midst of the fight.
Absolutely, he wants to survive and make sure that this aura is being pumped out the entire time.
Everything matters. Every little thing, as we like to say.
Why you smile, right? Still holding on to what he's going to decide to go with his tier 5. Now get the Book of the Dead. Make sure they've got that extra way to keep these waves pushed out. Incredibly important to do so, as I say. You know, they have to be prepared for the fact that Spirit, they can absolutely look for these X-Mark rat plays with the Terrorblade to try and close this game up.
Ooh, nice. And they get a Book of Shadows. I think maybe, I'm always wondering what, you know, maybe Why You Smile had the Book of Shadows or something as well too on the Book of the Dead. Maybe contemplating, they're deciding which one he wants. But another form of saves, Mira. Has 2 charges of disruption and he has a Book of Shadows, so crazy amounts of different plays he can do to protect his allies.
Still, as we saw before, Collapse, he cannot be underestimated from how much of a distance he can jump in and grab someone. LGD, they're stepping out of the base here.
They get a vision. Shiro's still alive.
He's trying to escape it with the invis. Yatoro jumps forward. He's going to drop out with the X-Mark. Shiro's out of the game as well.
Huge catch. Collapse.
You've got to be ready for this Magnus.
And he's got another one. He's at the ready. Perfect layering of skills too. Gets the Terror Wave while they're skewered so they can't pop anything. Immediately get control. The full Hex now for the Kunkka coming out.
Yeah,
They've got to stay right by their fountain. Honestly, if you step anywhere further from the Ancient towards the edge of this base, Collapse will find you.
The Blink Rage is absolutely ridiculous. He can almost hit the tier 4 from where he is right now. With a little harpoon play as well, too.
It's all right.
X plays.
Proceeding on to the tier 4s. New trying with the jump in, but the X-Mark drag back's there.
Poking and prodding. The towers are dropping. And they can just keep doing this with the X, and with that X Machina constantly as well.
They're trying to hold on the spyback. So they can get away with that one, but the tier 4's gone. The Ancient now exposed.
Oh boy.
X. Again, they catch him with the Hex, but the X mark's there. 4 from you. So with the who's someone on the post, but the defensive disruption comes into play. Torrent up on the walls.
X unflaps.
Comes down from Shiro. Think of the X on the glass. We'll get the sleep shot off towards you. Rules up here as LGD's ready with the setup. Try from Pochko second time round, but he's out with the glim, and it doesn't matter. New still finds him, jumps in with the who's up. This shadow, the big shadow's there from Mira, trying to buy some extra safety here from Pochko to get away. But New and Shiro stay upon him. They bring down a second New. Push back the tide of Team Spirit. Damage still being done here by the Book of the Dead.
Oh, this game could end in a pretty kind of clowny way where they just say Book of the Dead's and X Machina and everything.
There's just so much rap potential at the 67-minute mark.
And there's no glyph for how long? Okay, it's 15 seconds. They're gonna have it back up soon.
I mean,
True defense of the
Can LGD push out quick enough? I mean, it is a minute where there's no Mapochka, no collapse, but it just doesn't feel like enough for LGD. I think they're still going to just get consistently held in their base.
Hey!
He's got the X upon him. They can take him out every single time.
They're hunting behind though. Mira, get away.
You find him there, but Mira indeed will manage to escape. Spirit. You just got to keep their composure, and they should have a solid chance of closing this one up.
Oh, and they know that Yotaro went all the way back to base. The Phantom actually chased him all the way across there with the X, so they know that Yotaro is back over here. Getting the lanes pushed out a little bit here. Book of the Dead shoving out bottom. Top, they have Tinker pushing, and they have all 3 heroes in the mid lane.
Still a little bit of a window where maybe they can try for something while Spirit the 3 of them up.
They catch Vorls.
Outside of the base. They get it with the opening stun. The second round of spells in front. Nothing to say. Ready to burst him low. Comes in all from disruption. Try to keep him safe. But Lars still trying to chase him out. Gets pushed back by the tear away from Yotaro. See if they can force any of these buybacks. Lars out for 2 minutes.
Nice blast to scout. It's gonna hit connect on collapse.
It doesn't look like they'll capitalize onto this one, LGD. They don't want to jump to tier 4 for now.
And they're getting their lanes dealt with. Why you smile just continues to shove out bottom. Camp gets punished for it. Quick little scout there from LGD. Such tense moments.
Shiva's guard done now for nothing to say. LGD, they're absolutely in position to try and jump again here aggressively into the base of Team Spirit.
Has he used the warp flare, by the way? I don't think so, right?